Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina, I'm Russian, and on my channel I talk about Russian traditions, about my Russian family, about other things related to living in Russia. So if you're interested to learn more about Russia, don't forget to subscribe. If not, well, just skip on to something else. Okay, so this is going to be another cooking video where I show how I cook for my Russian family. So come on, let's start making something tasty. So today is Saturday, so I do have a bit more time to prepare breakfast as my family is like still in beds, being lazy. Okay, so today for breakfast we're gonna make something that is called tvorожная запеканка. Tvorожная means something that's made from tvorog, and zapekanka means something that is actually baked. So yeah guys, it's going to be another dish from tvorog, from Russian cottage cheese. Because as I mentioned previously, Russians do like tvorog and we make lots of different things out of it. And this thing that we're making today is actually considered to be something really good for kids. Like this is kids food. Yeah, this is something that kids very often get in schools canteens and in kindergartens. Yeah, and this is something that is very often prepared for breakfast. So let's make this one. So what I will need is 3 packages of tvorog, that's approximately 500 grams. Then I will need 2 eggs. I will also need something that we call manka, but in the dictionary this thing is called simolina. Then of course we will need 3 tablespoons of sugar, a bit of salt, and I'm using this. Usually we put raisins in, but my kids don't like raisins, so I'm gonna put in dried apricots and some prunes. So that's the tvorog that I have. It looks like this. The texture is like this. And by the way guys, we will mix in all the ingredients except fruits right now, and we will see how our dough will look. Like if it's too thick, then we will add a little bit of milk or sour cream. And on the contrary, if it's going to be too liquid, like too thin, then we will add a little bit more of simolina. And here guys, don't worry, if you don't have simolina, you can use the all-purpose flour. It's gonna be okay. Like the taste is going to be a bit different, but it's going to be okay anyway. And yes, you already noticed that I'm using a usual spoon for measurements. That's okay. Actually, all the measurements are approximate here. And yes, I'm gonna use a fork to mix everything in. I think it's more convenient to use a fork. I think my dough turned out to be too thick, so I'm gonna add a spoon of sour cream. I still feel that the dough is too thick, so I'm gonna add some milk. And I want to use blender to have a smooth texture. Now I'm cutting prunes and apricots and I'm gonna add them to my dough. Let's mix everything well again. And yeah, this time I really do like the texture of the dough. I'm gonna butter my baking dish. And now I can send zapekanka into the oven to bake. After approximately 25 minutes of baking, it's ready. And yes, you should wait for the sides to get brown, and the middle part usually stays like this. And yes, when it bakes, it kind of swells up a little bit, and then when you take it out, it settles down and wrinkles. It's normal, it should be like this. Let's cut it and see how it looks inside. Whoa, it looks nice. And I'm gonna eat my piece with some honey. Yummy. Lunchtime is approaching and it's time for me to make some soup. Today I'm going to make a pumpkin puree soup for my family because I managed to find a really nice looking pumpkin in the supermarket downstairs. And because I love this soup, this is my favorite soup. Yeah, although it is not in our Russian tradition to have like pureed soups, but I do cook puree soups for my family, so that's why I'm making it today. Actually, it's not going to be like a pumpkin soup, it's going to be like a pumpkin carrot pureed soup. Today I'm using a pumpkin that looks like this. In Russia, this type is called batirat. But I can use any type of pumpkin that is available. So I'm washing everything first, and I guess I'm going to use about half of this pumpkin and 2 carrots for my soup. Now we need to peel everything. Yes, it is pretty difficult to peel the pumpkin. Now I'm simply cutting the pumpkin into squares, cutting carrots into pieces like this, and I'm gonna send my vegetables to fry on a frying pan a bit to reduce in volume because my pan is not really big and it just simply won't fit in. Now I'm gonna salt the vegetables, and I also want to add a little bit of spices in. I'm gonna add curry because I think it goes really well with this soup. The last thing to do is to put 1 tablespoon of flour. Now we can put everything into our soup pot, add some water, and blend it well. My family likes to eat puree soups with little pieces of dried bread. I simply cut bread into little pieces and then dry it on a frying pan without any oil. Well, I'm ready to eat the soup. So bread goes in first. Then I also want to add a little bit of cheese. It looks really nice. Let's give it a try. Oh yeah, that's how I like it. Alright guys, for dinner I'm going to cook plov today. I know that it's not Russian food, but Russians love it a lot, so I'm going to make this for my family. By the way, in Russia we believe that plov comes from Uzbekistan, so the best plov is the one that people from Uzbekistan make. And that if you want to make the real plov, then you should take a big cast iron pot with thick sides, and you should prepare plov on open fire and things like that. And it's better to make it from mutton meat. But actually, well, of course, you do understand that I'm going to be cooking in my apartment, so I'm not going to be having all those things available. My plov is going to be simply cooked on my usual, on my stove, in a usual frying pan. And I cannot even say that it's going to be like real plov. It's going to be my version of it. So let me show you how I make it in my family. Actually, I think that the situation with plov is similar to situation with dumplings or noodles. Like people cook it throughout the world, and now it's difficult to distinguish where it actually came from. For plov, I will need an onion, a carrot, some garlic, a piece of meat. I have pork, but guys, you can use any type of meat that you like, or you can make plov without meat if you don't like eating meat. Then we will need some salt, of course, and spices. Now I have a mixture of spices for plov, and of course we will need some rice. Now I will use about a glass of rice. I have this type, but again, you can use the type that you like. The first thing to do is to chop an onion and to put it on a frying pan to fry. Then we will cut carrot into little straws and also send it to fry together with onion. The next step is to cut meat, of course. Some people like to have bigger pieces, some people like to have it smaller. My pieces look like this. Let's not forget to mix our carrots and onion because we don't want them to burn. And the meat goes into the frying pan as well. Let's wash the rice properly. And now I'm going to put in the garlic. I'm adding spices. And now that meat looks like this, I can start adding hot water and rice. Let's add salt before putting in the rice. And here I should say that when you taste it, it should be a little bit over salted as the rice will absorb much of the salt. So now we add the rice. Cover everything with a lid and turn the heat to low. Alright, let's check if plov is ready or not. Now I can see that the rice has absorbed all the water, but I still want to try it and see if it's soft enough. Yep, rice is ready, so plov is ready as well. The dinner is ready, the table is set, we are ready to eat. And we're gonna eat plov together with some fresh vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, just, any type of vegetables that we have. And we also like to eat plov together with sauerkraut. Now, if you don't know, sauerkraut is cabbage fermented in a special way together with a little bit of carrot and salt. I'm putting vegetables into my kids' plates because otherwise they might forget to actually eat them. So that's how our dinner looks today. Oh guys, and I do wish that you could feel the smell because with all the spices, plov smells amazing. Okay, so it's evening time already. The day is almost over. I hope you guys enjoyed my today's cooking. By the way, I have a separate playlist where you can find all my cooking videos. So if you're interested to know more about cooking, you can just go and check out what kind of videos I have there. Next video is not going to be about cooking. We're going to talk about something else. I'm going to show you something else. We are going to have cooking videos afterwards, but kind of like between other videos. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today. Love you as always. Take care of yourselves and bye-bye.